that, let me pin that. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 Show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And I want to talk about how to use the 3-date rule to vet women for relationships. And you can decide what you want to do with her. If she doesn't pass the vetting for the relationship, you can just cut her off completely. Maybe she's super cool, so you can make a friend out of her. Maybe she's super cool and there's still sexual attention there, but you just know you can't be in a relationship. Y'all become friends with benefits. Whatever you decide to do, that's fine. But this is how you use that 3-date rule to really kind of weed through females and decide whether or not you want to pursue further into a relationship with this woman. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. So date number 1, right? I always tell you guys, date number 1 needs to be something inexpensive. This is vital, okay? So it needs to be something like I say all the time, axe throwing, okay? Darts, bowling, go-karts. Y'all can go hiking or do some type of a physical activity, rock climbing or something like that. Y'all can go to social gaming events like a Dave and Buster's or Punch Bowl Social, anything where they have a bunch of arcade games or different gaming events, or pool. Pool is a good one too. Don't sleep on pool. Women love to go and play pool because they can still get sexy. They can put their little heels on. They can shoot their little pool shots. They can get their drinks. They still like that too. But any of those dates will suffice for a first date. Some of you do say, ain't no woman gonna want to go on the first date. Like, I know there's some women out here putting videos out talking about, I ain't going to Dave and Buster's or no arcade or no pool for a first date. I want to go. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If a woman likes you, she'll go wherever the hell you want to go. She will go whatever. I've had dates where we literally on the 4th of July just went and sat in the lawn, right, of a park and just watched the fireworks with a bottle of Prosecco. If a woman likes you, anything's a date. So whenever you hear women say, oh, I'm not going to go on these types of dates, they're doing that to attract simps. A simp's going to believe that. A tryhard is going to believe that. He's going to spend a bunch of unnecessary money. If a woman is requiring an expensive first date, a dinner date, or a super high-end bar or restaurant or something like that, she don't like your ass. I'm just keeping it real with you. She doesn't like you. 9 out of 10 times, that's going to end in you doing that and then you getting ghosted. Even, guys, elite women, right? Even the elitist of elite women, even the women who making the most money or come from the most money, they're still going to want an entry-level first date because it takes the pressure off of them too. If you just took her bowling or you just took her to a Punch Bowl Social or something like that, right? You just took her to Dave & Buster's. You just took her to play darts. If it doesn't go well, she feels no pressure. She's not worried about you coming after her. She's not worried about you blowing up her phone. She's worried about you trying to take it or nothing. It's a zero pressure date. Okay, we went and got some coffee. I ain't like him. I don't have to hit him back. Zero pressure. If she lets you take her somewhere high end, in her head, she worried about, is he going to try to take something for me if I'm not interested? Is he going to blow up my phone if I'm not interested? Is he going to stalk me if I'm not interested? Is he going to hurt me if I'm not interested? They're worried about all that stuff. All right, so a woman who's really into you is going to be down with going to a regular ass, chill, relax, social, getting to know each other type date. And you want to take them to these places also because you can't get to know anyone over a dinner date. I told you guys before, a dinner date, you're sitting right across from each other. It turns into an interview. How much do you make? Where do you live? What type of job do you work? Did you go to college? A bunch of questions that who gives a shit at the end of the day. It's not organic. You get interviewed. You can all the questions are designed to disqualify you. None of the questions are fun. None of the conversations are interesting. There's clearly a wall up. You shouldn't even do a dinner date. Again, when you go and you do something social, right? You guys go and throw darts. You guys go and play pool or anything like that, right? You're making it a friendly environment. And then from there, it's up to you to do little things to turn up the sexual attention, which I've already explained in another video how you do that. But little things such as, you know, maybe coming up behind her one time or maybe holding her hand from time to time or little stuff like that. Maybe putting a hand, you know, on her thigh or something like that while y'all driving there. But the environment is friendly, so you're more apt to have friendly conversations, regular conversations, and not interview questions when you go on first dates like I'm telling you guys to go on. Like, I'm telling you the psychology of this. I'm dead serious. You take a girl to go play darts or to go hiking or to go to an arcade or something like that or to go bowling on a first date, she's probably not going to ask you, so what are your intentions with me? Her guard's going to be down. She's going to be having fun. She's going to look at it as a friendly thing. And then as long as you add in that sexual attention so you don't get put into the friend zone, you're going to be good to go, okay? But you're also vetting to make sure that she actually likes you, that she actually wants to pursue something with you for you, and it's not just about her thinking you have resources, all right? So if she accepts that date, you know that she actually likes you, okay? So that's number one. Now, let me say this. Once you guys go back to the crib, even if she wants to sleep with you, right? Even if she says, what are you doing? Or she invites you in, or she asks what you, she throws any type of lob that says she might want to give it to you, don't take it. Don't take it. I remember I said in another video, and I'm going to repeat it again here. I would purposely turn women down when they threw the V-Box at me, especially on a first date, just to let them know, nah, I'm not pressed. It does several things for you. One, it shows that you're not pressed, which automatically gives an abundance mindset. They're automatically going to think, wow, this dude must really be getting a lot of V-Box if I'm offering to give it to him. We had a great time, and he's not taking it, okay? Two, it also shows them that they cannot use their V-Box to control you, which you want to disarm that logic from women immediately. Because every woman's going to start, guys, irregardless of race, thinking, if I throw him some V-Box, I can get him to do whatever the hell I want to do. They're going to dangle that V-Box like the magic key and have you jumping like this. The minute they're willing to give you something, you say, no, I'm good. I'll catch back up with you next time. I'm tired. I got to get up early tomorrow. I had a busy day. They're going to automatically be taken aback because you just disarmed their number one weapon. And that's a gem. You just disarmed their number one weapon. All right. So even if she's offering it up to you on that very first date, do not take it. Let her ass go in the house anyway. Hey, I hit you up another time. Hey, I hit you up this time. Do not worry about whether or not it's going to turn her off or anything like that. It's not. 9 out of 10 times they're actually going to be happy that you didn't have like a schoolboy's haste to try to get in their pants. They're going to be surprised. But then it's going to make them think about you. They're going to be asking their friends and stuff like, was I not sexy enough, or what's going on? Or, you know, some women are just take it as, oh, okay, he got discipline. But either way, it's no negative really that could come out of that. Will you maybe sometimes run into some girls who take that a certain way, be like, oh, he must not be that interested and not hit you back up no more? Yeah, it could happen. But 9 times out of 10, I assure you it's not going to happen. It's only going to work in your favor. And now she's going to have to come up with something else to try to get you to do what she wants to do or have some type of leverage in the relationship. And 9 times out of 10, the only other thing she's going to be able to do when the V-Box doesn't work is be a feminine, submissive, cooperative woman. And she's going to have to talk in low voices, and she's going to have to be submissive to you, and that's going to be her way to get you to maneuver a certain way when she wants you to maneuver a certain way when you take that V-Box away, okay? Now, on date number 2. Date number 2 is important. Date number 2 is kind of the opposite of date number 1. Date number 2 is where you want to kind of show her what type of lifestyle or what she could potentially be getting from being in a relationship with you, okay? So date number 2 is where you open up a little more. Now it's okay for it to become a little bit of an interview, but you want to make sure you're doing the controlling of the questions, or at least it's an exchange of questions. It's not just her asking you stuff. You need to be asking her stuff too. When was your last relationship? How many boyfriends have you had, okay? But on this particular date, besides the fact that you're starting to ask a little bit more serious questions, this is when you want to go somewhere nicer. Now, I still wouldn't recommend a dinner date, but at this point, that's just because I personally don't like dinner dates. But on date number 2, if you want to go on a dinner date, right? Date number 1 went well, you get to a date number 2, it's not as bad on date number 2 because she already established through date number 1 that she actually likes you, okay? But you could go to nice places that don't involve dinners, okay? Like sometimes I'll go out, I might rent a luxury car, right? There's a little racetrack around here where you can rent luxury cars and drive around and race around in the luxury cars. That's an experience most women haven't had. Sometimes I'll do that on a second date. Sometimes I'll go to a nice rooftop lounge or bar, okay? Sometimes I might book like a boat party, okay? Or like a yacht or something like that, okay? Or like a nice little picnic on a yacht or something like that. But I want to do something that's going to display this is the type of lifestyle you're going to be living if you get with your boy, okay? I can be romantic. I could do all this romantic stuff if you earn it. And by you coming in, having a chill first date with me with zero expectations, and we had a good time, okay? And you didn't interview me and we had fun, now we can get a little bit more personal. Now I can show you, hey, listen, I do know how to be that romantic dude. I can hold you down in that way if you can stick around and you cannot press me, okay? So now, like I said, this is when you kind of show off your romantic side a little bit, okay? You might book a picnic. They have a whole bunch of people who will come and set you up a nice picnic, get you some bottles of wine, stuff like that. Whatever you decide to do, but now it's okay to up the ante financially. You actually want to up the ante financially because, like I said, you want to establish now, this is what I can offer you. Okay, as a man, some dudes always try to say, well, I gotta have money, well, I gotta have money. if you're an elite man, you got enough money, you got expendable money, you're not worried about spending bread. If you don't have expendable money, like I say all the time, you shouldn't be dating. You should be no broke dating, because step 2 is very important to what we're going to get to in step 3, which is the last step. All right, so step 2, you want to up the date a little bit, have something nice, have something romantic, have something that costs a little bit more paper, so you can give her a preview of that lifestyle that she could potentially have if she cooperates with you. Okay, now date number 3, and this is the most important thing. Date number 3, this is where you leave your stand. Date number 3, I always say, should be at her place. Okay, now if she wants to come to your place, that's okay, but I always say go to her place, because a woman's going to be more comfortable in her own environment. All her friends and all her family know where she lives. She could tell them that you're coming over. They could get straight to her. She knows her roommates. She knows the exits. She's going to be more comfortable at her place. And the woman saying you could come over to my place tells you a lot more than her coming over to your place. She might come over to your place and be on guard and walls up. You go over to her place, she's probably going to be comfortable. Hey, would you like something? She's going to pour you up something. It's going to be chill. But on top of just going to her place for the 3rd day, you want to ask her to cook. That's right. You want to ask her to cook. Why are you asking her to cook? Well, date number 1 was about establishing that she's there for the right reason, that she's a fun person to be around. You don't have to have this super serious, super focused conversation on dating. Date number 2 was, we're going to get a little bit more focused about where this thing is going. You can ask me a few questions. I'm going to ask you a few questions. We're going to have fun, right? But it's going to be a little bit more serious date. Now, date number 3 is about the last step. How is your house? Okay, is your house clean? Are you keeping it up? Okay, what's the aesthetic of your house looking like? Because women are homemakers. I want to see some type of statues, some type of pictures. I want to see mirrors. I want to see some type of interior design. That's important. But the 3rd thing, okay, besides the interior design and her aesthetic and her cleanliness, is her cooking is going to show you whether or not she can cook. Okay, is she buying real ingredients and chopping up real vegetables or chopping up real fruits, actually cooking the meat? Okay, actually making the sauces. Is she really cooking, or did she go out and buy a whole bunch of box stuff and just warm it up? Okay, you want to know, can this girl really chef it up? All right, does she have a cookbook, or does she have her own recipes? You want to be aware of that, okay? Once she establishes that, you're like, okay, she's willing to cook for me and the food's good. She's clean. I'm looking around her place. Everything's clean, okay? She served me, okay? Because one, she cooked for me. If she cooked for you, she's probably going to bring you the dish. If she cooked for you and she brings you the dish, she's probably going to ask you if you want her, if you want her to pour you some alcohol or pour you some wine or whatever the case may be. She's done all that. Now, here's the most important part of date 3. The people who stay to the end get the gems. I repeat, the people who stay to the end get the gems. Date 3 is where you want to set your rules. Assuming she passed date number 1, she passed date number 2, now we on to date 3 and she passed everything at date 3, that's where you set your rules and your parameters as a man. Now, I'm going to make a separate video on what my parameters are, because I feel like everybody's parameters is different, right? I want a housewife. So I'm looking for a woman who's completely willing to allow me to take that place as the patriarch and her to step back and fall into her full femininity and allow me to lead the household financially while she becomes the caretaker, the homemaker, okay? And the head of the children when we potentially have them. I need a woman who's comfortable with that. Obviously, it's not going to happen immediately, right? I'm not going to be like, you're with me now, so quit your job if you have one. This is more so down the line when we get even more serious, but I'm looking for, is that something you're willing to do? Is that something you're already okay with? I want you to know that that's what it is coming in. I want that established from the jump. But whatever your parameters are as a man, that's when you present your parameters, okay? If you're going to be my girl, this is what I expect. And she either says yes or she says no. Too many guys just go out here, they don't put their foot down, they don't really tell these women what they want or what they expect. They expect the women to just know, or they think, I'm going to let her come in and do what she wants and then I can convert her later. No. Just like you need to take the power away from that V-Box immediately, you need to let her know what you expect from her as a woman immediately as well. Don't leave it up in the air. She needs to know immediately, I expect you to do this, this, and this. Okay? And I'm going to do this, this, and this, and that's how we're going to rock. You can take it or you can leave it. Now, if she takes it, you go forward. If she passed all those other tests, she takes the deal, you can go forward, okay? If she doesn't pass all those tests or she doesn't decide to take that deal, now it's up to you. Y'all could become friends with benefits and just be like a casual thing until you guys find someone else to move on to, if that's what you want to do. If you think she has value to you as far as her mind's valuable, if you think she can help you out with business, if you think she can offer you valuable insights, right, then you might want to make her a friend. If you don't see any other use for her, then you might just want to cut her off. Okay, she doesn't want to do friends with benefits. You don't think her mind's valuable enough to make her a friend, which I doubt you really get this far if that's the case. But if you somehow did, then just cut her off. And you guys could just move forward and just do your own thing, okay? But that's the order of operations. And it's important that you don't skip a step in this, all right? Don't skip a step, even from having her cook and going to her place so you can see how she living and what she working with over there. Do not skip a step in this, all right? So just a quick recap. Date number 1, something real chill with a nice vibe so you guys can get to know each other, all right? Something real entry level, not too over the top, so that way you guys can have fun, get to know each other organically, no interview questions, okay? You can make sure she's there for you. Date number 2, you turn it up. You take her somewhere real nice or you do something real romantic for her, okay? You let her know what she'll be getting if you decide to make her the one, okay? Date number 3, you go to her crib, you check out her crib. Is it clean, okay? Does it look nice? Is her interior design skills up? Can she cook? Okay, did she really cook for you, or did she make you some basic stuff? All right, and then you put your parameters down of what you expect from a woman in a relationship and what you provide as a man in a relationship. All right, that is how you use the 3-date rule to vet women. Now, there's other things you want to do to vet the women in between, but this is just a basic. Using the 3-date rule. Most people expect the 3-date rule anyway. They understand the 3-date rule. This is how you use the 3-date rule to vet a woman for an actual relationship if you're ready to take it to that point. All right? You do these in this order and you cannot fail, guys. I am Alex and I am out. Peace.